What's up, everybody, and welcome back to the Zay and Jay Talk Show. And today we're going to actually be starting up a new formula. So, for now on in these episodes, we're going to pick a topic. We're going to talk about that topic. We're going to have like subcategories of each topic. So, today we're just going to be talking about relationships, how petty these hoes are. How petty these hoes are, how stupid men are as well. Just talking about all forms of relationships, what we like, what we don't like, what we think is healthy, unhealthy, so on and so forth.
Talk about the past relationships, you know what I mean? Like our experiences through our past relationships, that kind
I'm
of
not
thing.
going to say names or anything, but yeah.
Right.
Right. So the first thing that we're going to be talking about is like defining a toxic relationship. So I'm going to let you go first, Josh, since I already talked a bunch. So when you think about a toxic relationship, what do you think about?
Well, when I think of a toxic relationship, most of the time, toxic relationships, they go both ways. So when you're talking about like toxic relationships that go both ways, it's not necessarily one party all the time. Like, let me give an example. Like if like you and your girlfriend argue a lot, and it's over nothing, or you can't resolve issues, but, and you're obviously not good for each other, but you stay together regardless.
Exactly.
That's a toxic relationship. So, I mean, like, that's what you don't want to look for. Even if you do have disagreements, which you're going to in any kind of relationship. I don't care if you're friends with somebody, lifelong friends, you've been married for 30 years or whatever, you're going to have disagreements. You're going to yell at each other. It's just going to happen. You're going to fight, kick each other out, whatever it may be. But that being the case, some relationships, toxicity isn't necessarily deemed by how you, interact with one another. It's how you resolve it. So like if you stay petty about something that's already petty in the first place, and you can't work past it, then that's toxic. When you're being passive aggressive with one another, it's just it's obviously not a healthy thing. Like, you don't want to live with somebody who you said the wrong thing to that morning, and you come home from a long day at work, and then they're still carrying that negative energy, even if y'all had already apologized and, they said they were over it, or you said you were over it, that shit's toxic.
Going to bed angry every night.
Right. And you got to be able to talk shit through. If you have a toxic relationship, chances are that you're not able to resolve things with your significant other, at least not easily, or you don't get over things very easily, or you get pissed off about very small things, and you just bicker, and sometimes that happens in the beginning of a relationship, or it happens mid-term of the relationship. It's just how you handle it that's going to determine what it ends up as. So that's enough about what I define a toxic relationship as. But it's just like, it just seems like so many people get into a routine of being with the same person that no matter what, they get too comfortable and they get too secure with what they have, that they feel like if they were to go and leave this person, that their life would change drastically, and it would be for the worse and not the better. We know people that are in relationships like that. We also know people that are very happy in their relationships, at least from what they show. But that everybody still be arguing, it happens.
Exactly. So the way that I look at it, I mean, it's not too different from the way that you look at it. So it's all about being kind of like scared to leave that relationship, right? So you're just too comfortable. Say you're living with this person.
Right.
You're just so comfortable in that situation. You can't imagine yourself being in any other situation. Even though there's like physicality involved, like sexual abuse, like mental, emotional abuse, everything involved. They're just like, oh, well, if I leave him, then I'm not going to be able to find nobody else, or, vice versa. Right. So people just feel stuck all the time. And I actually check up on some of my friends as well that are in relationships. And I'm like, well, I'm just making sure that y'all doing good or whatever, because I know that sometimes you can feel stuck. And they're like, oh yeah, well, I don't feel stuck or whatever. But people don't really know when they feel stuck, and that's what's so toxic about it. So it's easier to, and I think therapy is important as well. Like, even if you're in a healthy relationship with somebody, I think that especially like if you're married or whatever. I think that you guys should probably go to therapy because it's easier for that person looking on the inside from the outside. Be like, all right, this is what he's doing wrong. This is what she's doing wrong. This is what you guys could probably do to prevent this toxicity from spreading. But there's just so many toxic relationships nowadays, especially with so many options as well, like social media, fucking Tinder, all this other bullshit that's going on. And dating is just kind of ridiculous anyway. So toxic relationships are just really easy to come by nowadays. So that's all I really got to say on that. Now, a thing that is very toxic is cheaters. So people cheat all the time. It just kind of, I don't know, people just do it a lot nowadays. Like if we lived in the 1950s, people were so damn loyal back then. Like, for example, my grandparents, they're still together. Like my aunt and uncle, they're still together. My great-great-grandparents, they were together until they passed. I mean, shit has just changed. People break up over the dumbest shit, but a lot of it's over cheating. Like there's a lot of cheaters. Now, my question is to you is, which this is probably situational, but can you forgive a cheater? If you got cheated on, could you forgive them? And why? Or why not?
Well, let me go ahead and say that, yes, you can forgive somebody for cheating. However, you cannot forget that. Now, depending on whether or not you decide to be with that person, if you decide to be with that person for a remainder of time after that, or, that's a toxic relationship. That's all falls back into that toxic relationship shit. Like if somebody cheats on you, I'm going to give an example. I'm not going to name any names, but this one girl that I used to know really well dated this guy that was in the army, or is engaged to this guy now at this point, and he was in basic training, and she cheated on him while he was in basic, and he came back and found out about it, or she told him about it, which was, props for being honest, but Jesus, just drop that bomb on him when he comes back from basic training. That's quite a lot to deal with. However,
Sucked off your
he
homeboy.
told her, and he said that he expected that from her, but he forgives her and he still wants to be with her, and I just can't wrap my head around that shit.
That's some simp
you
shit.
come back, that is some simp shit, and that's all about the toxic relationship. The girl was nuts in general, but it's just like, he expected that out of her, so why would you be with somebody like that in the first place? Did he cheat already? Is it okay now? Is he gonna drop a bomb on her later that he cheated and it's supposed to be cool or whatever? Like, she doesn't take me as the type to deal with being cheated on. However, cheating for her seemed to be no issue. And
It seems to be a lot of women though, and
yeah,
guys too.
I know. But back to the point, yes, I think you can forgive, but you should not forget. And as far as the forgiveness goes, that should be a thing. Like, you should forgive, most people for most things. There's some things that are absolutely unforgivable. You and I can agree on that.
Oh, definitely.
But as far as the cheating goes, I think depending on the situation and how many people it may have been with, or how long the cheating lasted, if it was a one-night stand, or if you've been cheating on your significant other for years or whatever, that's a totally different deal, whether it's forgivable or not. Now, in like certain instances, most instances, like, people in our age group, when the relationships aren't as rock solid, they're not as serious, and there's a lot more openness, I suppose, on both ends. Men and women cheat. It's not just women. It's not just dudes. It's not biased in any way. It's just,
There's so many
nature
hoes
is,
out here.
yeah, nature is not forgiving, and but you should not remain with a person who's cheated on you once, because the old saying, once a cheater,
Always a cheater. For real. Seriously, there's different circumstances where that's not true. Like, you were drunk, you were roofied, something like that. But
classic fucking excuses. I mean, and
True.
not saying that's not ruled out, you know, but you can't pull that shit out of your ass. You can only do that
But you
once.
still
and
put
then-
yourself in that situation. You still drank enough to where you were in a state of mind to where you would probably do something like that.
You enabled yourself to do that, and you couldn't control yourself enough or even consider what the damage or the repercussions would be in your drunken state of mind or whatever it may be, or your drugged out state of mind. You made that choice. You know, I'm not saying any woman out there asks to be roofied or drugged or anything. You know, stuff does happen. But, you know, that's rape. That's not hooking up with somebody. You know, that's, you know, you can tell when it was a hookup versus something a lot more severe than that. So it's...
For real. And another...
I digress. You know, it's just...
And another thing about that, like the whole cheating thing, is a lot of people that cheat just expect to be... When they're like, I forgive you, they just expect that trust to immediately come back. Like, it just don't. Like, it takes time. It could take years. Like, especially if you've been with somebody for a long time and they just hit you with that bomb, like, hey, I did this. You're going to be thinking in the back of your mind, okay, what's she doing right now? Or what is he doing right now?
Well, it's one thing for them to confess, but for you to find out rather than them confess is a whole different deal. Like, I would treat finding out a lot more harsh than I would treat a confession.
Yeah. Definitely. I've been hit with both. So, yeah, it's tough. Like, finding out is most definitely way worse than them just confessing. Like, it's 10 times worse. Especially if it's coming from, like, a friend. Like, man, I'm sorry to tell you this, but what's-her-face is over here sucking off half the football team. I just thought I'd let you know. But... But
I mean, like, you know, you're not kidding though. Like, and you don't want to believe that shit, but like that shit hurts too. Like, even if you hear it from a friend, like that shit hurts, and you don't want to believe it.
When you're like we were going back to the toxicity thing, that's another thing that's just so damn toxic. Like, when you're in that relationship, you just have like lovey-dovey eyes. You don't give a shit what anybody says about this person because you're just like, just in full simp mode,
full heart emoji,
full heart emoji mode. And you don't give a shit what anybody says. Just like, it's not true. It's not true. But in the back of your mind, you're like, damn, is it true, though?
You're like, I'm going to find out.
Is it true, though? Like, so, yeah. But, okay, let's see what this next topic is. Let me unlock my phone. Come on. Let me unlock. All right, here we go. All right, this is a good one, actually. So, do you believe that the zodiac signs matter? Or is it just complete bullshit?
I think that people think that zodiac signs really matter, and I think that a lot of people let that correlate who they choose in their relationships. Exactly. However, I don't think that has anything to do, like, it's like, oh, well, I'm an Aries, and it's like, oh, you can't be with a fucking Cancer. It's like, what? It's like, Cancer does not equal Cancer. I don't know if you realize that, but it's not like that.
I'm a Cancer. Like, oh, you're a Cancer. You can't be with Leo then. Like, why? Like,
my cat's name is Leo. Is he not allowed?
Like, I mean, honestly, we don't have to spend too much time on that topic because, I mean, honestly, I just think it's funny because the generation, like, below ours, like the ones that's younger than us by a few years.
Gen Z, is that what they're considered?
I guess.
Gen Z?
I don't know what the terms are, but...
I don't fucking know either.
Gen Z,
I just know what they call us on the news.
The hell, millennials, whatever the fuck.
I don't know.
But anyway, they really be up in that shit's ass. like, what's your zodiac sign? Cancer.
Like
never mind.
Never mind.
But I thought we were connecting. No, fuck off. Okay.
It's just best not to let anybody know. I mean, they're gonna find out. When's your birthday? Like they really care when they, you know.
And I started to learn too because when women would ask me what my birthday was, I'd just be like, oh, you know, June 26th or whatever, and they're like, goodbye. All right, bitch, kill yourself. I don't care.
It's like, oh, you a Gemini? You must be a crazy bitch.
For real.
But my girlfriend's a Gemini, and her and I, I about said him and I.
Ooh.
Her and I get along. Her and I get along just fine, but
Spicy.
we do bicker sometimes. So I guess our signs are clashing, and the planets aren't always aligning the way they need to be, and the crystals don't have the energy that they possess from the moon. And
But I mean, when it comes to like the zodiac signs by themselves, though, like when you look at a person, and it kind of does match up sometimes, because when you look at the traits for a Cancer, and me as a person, it's pretty accurate.
well, here's the thing, though. Most things, Isaiah, I've noticed, I've researched a little bit of all the zodiac signs because I was curious about it myself. The astrology thing and, the zodiac thing, like that stuff really, it fascinates me. But it's not anything that I'm interested in being, religiously committed to
no.
or anything, But what I'm saying is, like, when I look at all of the zodiac signs, I notice that every little thing, they would say, like Aries, me, I'm very courageous and outspoken and very, helpful and all this stuff. But if you look at, that applies to a lot of people. And if you look at like Cancer, you look at Cancers or whatever, they're, modest and, humble and all this stuff. But, that applies to so many people. Chances are, whatever your zodiac sign is, there's going to be at least one of those things. You're going to have a couple of the traits that apply to you. Be like, wow. But, I look at a lot of other zodiac signs that I'm like, oh, I have those types of traits. Like, why does this, but then what happens is they're like, oh, but yeah, you may have some of those traits, but that's why you're compatible with that zodiac sign, because you share a lot of those traits. And I'm like, that's fucking bullshit.
I just think that whoever you love or whoever you like, don't let no damn zodiac sign or anything about the universe and fate and shit get in the way of who you think you might have a connection with. That's all I'm saying. So this next one is what do we look for in a long-term relationship? So if you want me to start off for this one, I can.
Yeah, you can go ahead.
So for a long-term relationship, first off, any relationship that I get into, because I'm not a whore, any relationship I get into, this is just me. Like, if you want to be a hoe, go be a hoe. I don't care. I'm not judging. But just me. Any relationship that I get into is going to be long-term. Or that's the mindset, Like, me personally, I don't see the point in just going around slinging schlong. And
That's how you get STDs.
that's how you get
ladies
STDs
and gentlemen. Don't do
and
that
die
shit.
like at the age of 30. So, I don't care if you're wearing a condom or anything. Like, that's
Rest in peace, Eazy-E.
And then, but anyway, the things that I look for is somebody that's looking for the same exact shit as me. So, if they seem like a hoe, I'm just not really interested. Like, just from the jump. If it looks like they're texting a bunch of different dudes, nah, fam, we good. I mean, I understand that people like shop around or whatever to figure out who they want to date. But if you have like a bunch of different dudes on your phone, like, nah, bro, I'm good. I'm okay with some competition, but if I'm going to slide in there, I don't want you, I don't want like 15 other dudes messaging you every single day. That shit would just piss me off. Because I'm just a very loyal person and I need that same energy. So I think that's the most important thing is loyalty.
No, I feel that 100%. Loyalty is like number one in a relationship, next to commitment. Loyalty and commitment kind of fall hand in hand, but commitment goes before the loyalty. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to commit to something before you're loyal to it. So it's like working a fucking job. You've got to commit to that shit before you're good at it and before you're loyal to it. Because I mean, if you don't try at something, you're not going to be loyal to it. And I've worked with many people like that, and I know how it is. It's just like, God, I don't even know what else to say. You covered everything so well. It's just like,
it's just loyalty, man. Like, if you really want to look for a long-term relationship, you need like the most important quality that you need to make sure that they are, your ride or die. Like, if you're having a bad day, Like, they're not just gonna be like, all right, well, I'm gonna hit up Tinder. just because you're having a bad day or some shit. And that's just what's wrong with relationships nowadays.
No wonder, dude, no wonder there's so many assaults, domestic violence disputes nowadays, man, because just there's Tinder, man. People be fucking fighting in their own fucking house. Their neighbors here, it was over fucking Tinder. That bitch was sucking his dick.
Like, I don't know, like, it's kind of annoying. Sometimes I wish I was a hoe. I mean, that's me being honest. Like, sometimes I wish I was a hoe. Sometimes I wish I wasn't this emotional human that's just loyal and just looking for another loyal mate out there, because it's just so damn hard nowadays. Everybody's so, what's the word?
Dumb.
Just
dumb.
They're just dumb.
They're
Just dumb, bro. Like, what is the point of wasting your life? You could be out there like having the time of your life with somebody that you truly connect with and that you care about and you love and shit like that. And people are out here just slinging ass and getting their damn heart broken every other week. So that shit just don't make sense to me.
Some people are like, I feel like some people are addicted to that fucking lifestyle.
Yeah,
They're used to jumping around so much.
I'm friends with some people
so much
that are just addicted to it. They're like, oh, I haven't had any in like 5 days. And I'm like, bro, what?
Dude,
and?
Jerk off. What the fuck's wrong with you?
Stroke your mushroom tip, bro. Like, my goodness. But
motherfuckers can't go a week. My dick's about to explode. I can't take it. I can't. If I don't jerk off soon, I'm gonna sexually assault someone.
Don't care who it is. Grandma, come here. Mimo.
Meemaw's safe. Don't worry, Meemaw. You
Meemaw.
good. No.
Mimo, come here. No, but on a serious note,
Lord
man,
have
like,
mercy.
for real. Why the hell are people so damn dumb nowadays? I mean, I get it to a certain extent. You want to have fun when you're younger, experiment with different people, see who you really like. But why do you have to have sex with them, though? Like, that's just something that I've never really understood. I mean, if you want to get real personal, I mean, I know people that I'm friends with that have had just multiple partners. I'm not talking about the multiple partners thing, all right? I'm talking about you are a grown-ass man. You are like 23, 24 years old. You should probably at least start having a conversation with yourself about settling down. Like, do you want kids? What are you going to look for in your wife? I don't think you should be thinking about, like, just slinging your schlong all over the place at that point.
Nah, they're like, I'm gonna keep fucking these hoes. I got 12 baby mamas. I don't call none of them bitches. I don't send them no money.
That's another thing, bro. Like, I don't have a dad. Like, he left me because he has, like, 16 kids with different baby mamas. And I guess that's another reason why I am the way I am. Because, I mean, as much as I hate to admit it, that shit did affect me quite a bit, honestly. Not really having a dad growing up. There's a lot of stuff that I'm just absent-minded to. Like, something as simple as, I don't know, like anything to fix anything around the house that a man should know how to do. I don't know how to do it. Nobody ever taught me that shit. I was raised by a single mother. That's it. So, that's another reason why I don't think you should just be smashing and dashing all over the damn place. Because you're just going to be leaving babies all over the fucking place.
I have not heard the smashing and dashing. That's a good one.
Smashing and dashing. I just don't think that people should be doing that. It's irresponsible. But yeah. Anything else to say on that one before we move on to some happier topics?
Yeah, I was gonna say we nailed that shit. These we already know these hoes ain't loyal.
These hoes ain't loyal. These ninjas ain't loyal.
We just gotta. Everybody just be faithful. If you're with somebody right now, be faithful to your partner. It'll pay off in the long run, especially if you actually feel any legitimate happiness when you're with this person. Just please stick with that. And if you don't see it going anywhere and you're questioning your relationship, if you ever catch yourself questioning your relationship, and I'm biased about this, I'm guilty of doing this myself, don't feel obligated to stay. That's all I can really say.
Don't feel obligated to stay, but also don't give up so damn easily. Like, you're gonna have rough patches.
Right.
Like everybody's gonna have ups and downs. The best relationships in the whole world have ups and downs. So, but
Yep.
now we're gonna talk about some happier stuff as far as relationships go. All right, so ideal partner. Qualities like personality. 2 looks. What's your type, Josh?
Everybody says, everybody says they don't have a type.
Everybody
The people
has a
who
type,
say they
bro.
don't. Yeah, everybody who says that they don't have a type, they've got a type. It's just it happens. I've heard people say, I don't got no type, and then they
Bad
they
bitches are the
hook,
only
hook
thing
up
that
with
I
every.
like.
Yeah, you ain't got no life.
That was the widest way to ever say that shit. Bad bitches
You
are the
ain't got
only
no
thing
life.
that I like. You don't have a life.
Honestly, if every rap song was like that, it just wouldn't be fun to listen to.
Of course. But what's your type, man?
Real people say word. Ain't never told no lie. Sorry, I have not told no lie. Okay, I'm done.
I would never think of that.
But I don't even know, man. Like, I guess
You don't even have to like talk about the physical aspect. Just like what kind of person.
I mean,
I know you're in a
way, like,
relationship. First off, let's get that off the tip. Like Josh is in a relationship. I hope that they make it and last, of course. But I'm just saying, like, blank slate. If you were not in a relationship right now and you had to go find somebody, what would be your choice?
I think if I were not in a relationship right now, I would take a lot longer looking for the right person.
That's me right now.
And that's just really tough because you can spend a lot of time searching, and I know it feels hopeless. And I'm bad about not wanting to be alone. So I think the longest I've been single, like in my whole life, has probably been like maybe 3 months, 6 months. Yeah. So, I give myself enough time to let the pain die out. I'm not jumping into a relationship moments after I get out of another one. I'm not doing that. It's just like, I just feel like after the pain is numb, I just feel like I'm on the market again, and I'll just kind of, the reason me and my girlfriend, got together in the first place, not only did we know each other, I felt secure around her, she felt secure around me. And that's why we've been together for the time that we've been. We've been together for, a little over 3 years, and it's been great, and we've had our ups and our downs. But, we're able to resolve shit, and, we both done sketchy shit to one another, but, we never cheated on one another. So, I mean, like, it's that kind of thing. It's just, it's really hard to think of your ideal person. So, like, when I think of my ideal person, I just want somebody who...
Maybe not even your ideal person. So let me.
I appreciate communication, and as far as looks go, I prefer, a nice body is a nice body, and whether you're a bigger girl or like a smaller girl, you can still be bigger and have a nice body. Like I don't discriminate. I don't discriminate, and I just want to make that known. I don't. It's just like. I don't look at that stuff anymore. I used to a lot. Like that's what got me in so many bad relationships, is because I went for looks only. I would find them really attractive. They would find me really attractive, and we would have sex a bunch, and then that's what a majority of the relationship was: is watching movies, having sex, eating food, and that was it. And that was.
You want some juice?
I mean,
Taco Bell.
You want some
All right,
juice?
let's go,
Yeah, I got you some.
When we get
get
back,
you some juice.
we gonna watch Disney Plus. All right, we gonna watch Baby Yoda.
We're gonna watch like 5 minutes of that shit. We're gonna be smashing, and we're gonna do that every day until we get sick of
Skeeting and
each other. It's
greeting.
gonna be like. But like, I don't know. Like, ideally, I want communication. I want loyalty. I personally, I really crave contact. Not really crave it. That's kind of a weird way to say that. I really require. I require that though.
Me.
Like, I need to feel contact though.
Almost like if
It's
they're
just
not
like I need to feel physical love as well as like
maybe not
you
all
know,
the damn time
mental.
and shit. when we at the stove, when I'm over here like putting my card in, you know, putting the chip in, and you over here like
Is that what you're gonna do to me later?
licking my cheeks in front of the cashier. It's not
Oh,
okay.
yeah, you're gonna put your card in there just like you're gonna put your dick inside me, is that you? Oh yeah, put it in again.
Damn it!
Put it in again.
We are buying chips. Can we do something else? I'm buying
There are
chips.
old ladies. There are old ladies right next to us. Can you
don't
not
care.
talk so loud?
That old lady can watch too.
I don't care. I will suck your dick right here in the self-checkout.
I'm pumping
I really will.
gas. Kevin Hart. I'm pumping gas. I can't.
Let me suck
Suck your
let me suck
titty
your dick.
when I'm pumping gas. Pour the gas on my titty. Suck the gas on my titty. Okay, shut the fuck up. You stupid. You're gonna light a match. Blow my whole mouth up. Nah, but do you have anything else to say?
No. Pour some gas on my titties. Suck the gas
Put the
on my
Dorito
titties.
on my dick. Suck the Dorito off my dick. So, my ideal person. So, let's see. Strong. I do like independent women, but not independent to the fact that they're like, oh, fuck you, I never need your help. Kill yourself. Because, you know, I like to feel needed sometimes, you know. Like, I'm a man at the end of the day. I do want to feel needed. But it's also really attractive when, you know, a woman can take care of herself. As far as, like, financially, mentally, like, if they bathe, that's awesome. That's great. Like, if they bathe, that's 10 points. But, nah, for real. One of the most important things is when you are with somebody when they're going through shit, you need to understand that they're not just going to be happy because they're in that relationship with you. Like, honestly, you're their partner, right? But there's always other shit going on in the background. So that person's not going to be 100% all the time. What I need is somebody that would build me up to be the best version of myself. I just think that that's so important. So, and somebody that understands that, hey, you're gonna have some off days. There's gonna be some days where you're just gonna be an asshole. There's gonna be days when you're just not acting like yourself because you feel like you've come short as of recent in your life. You know, I don't really know how to describe it. But that's just really important.
What about looks? What do you feel about looks?
Eyes are the most important thing to me as far as looks.
Window to the soul.
You gotta have like very gorgeous eyes. Because that's the thing that you look at 95% of the time. Like, yeah, I mean, if they have an ass, you're gonna look at their ass. But, I mean, like when you're having a conversation, like if you ever get married to this person, what are you going to look at when you're up there at the altar getting married? Like, you're going to be looking into their eyes.
Obviously, the titties.
The
I'm looking
titties.
at the titties.
Yeah, the titties. You about failed, didn't you? You about failed, didn't you? I caught you by your titties. Yeah.
Don't think I just paid for this wedding. I paid for them titties.
But the eyes are really important. Just the face in general is really important, but mostly the eyes. I'd prefer if they didn't have like paper thin lips like a grandma. That's never nice. Nice teeth.
Well, I mean, yeah.
For the most part. I mean,
There's
if
a
you
lot
have
of
some
stuff,
crooked
yeah.
teeth or some shit, like, I mean, that's fine. But if you're missing like half your teeth, half of them are brown, the other half are black, you got some green in there, nah, fam, we good. But
Give me a kiss. Give me a kiss.
but
All right, but overall, I know we've covered a lot of stuff, and I know that we've talked about a lot of things, but you know, it's really all of these things kind of cover, you know, the qualities to make a relationship last. But what do you think is the most important thing to make a relationship last?
I think most definitely the most important thing is trust and communication. Like, if you don't trust that person, there's no point in being in a relationship in the first place.
Correct.
So, and if you can talk about things, like, for example, like, I've had girlfriends, obviously, and a lot of the times when I would get into arguments with these female creatures, they would go off the damn deep end. They would either, block my number, they wouldn't talk to me for a couple of days, when in all reality, and I mean, I'm guilty of this too. I mean, I've matured a lot over the past few years. So, if you just talk to that person, be like, hey, if you would have, done this wouldn't have happened or whatever. Like, the way that you did this and made me feel this way, blah, blah, blah. All that soft shit, Like, if you actually get... The thing about men, though, is we're really proud. And we don't like to admit that we're wrong. But I think that's extremely important, is to admit when you fucked up. And I think that's what men really suck ass about. Like,
It may take a while. It may take a while for me to admit I'm wrong, but I will eventually.
I think it takes... And that's just my opinion, but I think it takes a real man to admit when he's wrong, when he's made a mistake. Like, all right, babe, yeah, you right, I was wrong. Let's continue. They'll probably hold that shit over your head for about 3 months. But I mean, after those 3 months, yeah. Probably hold that shit over your head. And women, I'm getting to you now. Y'all need to stop going off the fucking deep end for the smallest shit. Like a text message coming in from somebody that we don't even know, like it's spam, and you sit here and go the fuck off the deep end and like block us on every social media platform.
Who the fuck is potential spam?
Who the fuck is this bitch?
Potential spam? Is that the cover name for your side bitch?
Y'all go off the deep end for no damn reason whatsoever. And it's like y'all don't realize we have hobbies. Like, some dudes play video games. Some dudes play sports. Some dudes like to watch TV. Some dudes like to work out. Some dudes like to do this stuff. You know how many... What the hell am I trying to say, bro? You know how many hobbies women have and they just don't realize they have these hobbies? And men are just like, all right, bro.
I love clothes. I love shopping. I love food. I love fucking shoes. Give me dresses. I need necklaces. Get rings.
Rings.
Need it.
Oh,
pierce my shit. Give me tattoos.
Like, hanging out with their friends, doing this, doing that. Like, needy bastards. But still.
Yeah, guys are like that too, though. So I mean,
for sure.
Yeah.
For sure, it's both sides, but I was just talking because women be wilding about the whole trust shit. They always think that some man is cheating on them, regardless. Yeah.
It's hard to build trust, man. It's very hard to build trust.
And they have the damn mentality that all men are shit. You know how many damn Facebook posts and Instagram shit I've seen? Just all men are shit. They are all shit. Nah, the men you are fucking with aren't shit. There are men out there that are great, but
you
need to give them a damn chance. And there's great women out there. Just both sides.
They just damn near impossible to find.
Yeah, like at this current moment in my life, they're damn near impossible to find some great women out there. It's hard. It's probably the same for women as well, though. I'm not perfect.
Got a great booty, but you got a
great
personality.
Ass, but your personality is like this fucking microphone. It just sits there.
I'd rather talk to a trash can, bitch.
So what you doing today, trash? Not much. No. Just letting people stuff things in me. Oh, that's a great analogy, actually.
Jesus. But how do you feel about girlfriends with kids?
So this is a topic that I came up with personally, because I've actually dated a woman that had kids, and it was difficult here and there, but it's also really important.
I've been there. I mean, I know. I've been there.
Yeah, it's really important.
I've had to play dad for a little bit.
It's really important to show like your affection towards her kids, but not so much that you're trying to take the place of the father. Like, that's kind of off-putting sometimes.
But when the kid calls you dad,
Yeah, that's some shit right there.
And it was really messed up because when I was in that situation, I was dating a girl, kind of dating, not really for very long, but she had a child, she had a little girl. And I looked a lot like her father, apparently. And I don't know if that's what appealed that girl to me or what, but, like, I didn't go that far with her anyway. But it's just like, you know, her daughter kept thinking I was her dad, and it was really fucking heartbreaking, one. And two, I had to realize, you know, I either need to commit to this 100% or I need to be out, because I don't want to be around and let this child think that I'm their father, and then I'm dip, and then they feel that way.
It's tough, man. But some of the best women in this world, like, unfortunately, they got pregnant at a young age, and now they have a kid, and the baby daddy is nowhere to be found. Like, some of those women are the best, like, some of the best women on the planet, first off, because they have independence. They didn't fuck around and get an abortion. They had the damn balls to actually give birth and, you know, love this child. So you know that they have a lot of love.
Giving birth is no small task. I mean, it's not.
You know that they have a lot of love for their daughter or son. So they just need somebody to support them. They're some of the best people in the world, like single mothers. I've bashed women a lot in this podcast, mostly just joking. But women are some of the greatest people, period. Like, they're so strong, it's crazy.
But breaking it down though, would you date a woman seriously and potentially marry a woman right now in your life? You know, at 23 years old, would you be with a woman with a child, and would you care to be a father figure to that child if you were serious enough about the relationship?
Almost definitely.
Even now?
Yes, most definitely.
Well, that takes a real man. I mean, that just tells me that you would embrace being a father if you had to. Like, if you were to get a girl pregnant, you would deal with that. You wouldn't be the type to fucking take off.
Yeah, I don't know if I've ever mentioned it on the podcast, but I mean, I've already gotten a girl pregnant before. It was a miscarriage, but I mean, it's all good. But I mean, I was already ready to take on that challenge, so it's not really.
I'll tell you what.
That
I've been safe, man. I've been very fortunate and very safe. I've never gotten a girl pregnant. I've had one condom break, and there was a Plan B pill involved very shortly after. I mean, that's the closest I've ever had. But other than that, you know, I've been very fortunate.
Yeah. But definitely, if I knew that it was the right woman, I mean, sure, most definitely, I would be the best dad that I could possibly be to that kid. Just because I love their mom so much. So I would try to just put the same energy into the child as well. So
Facts. I mean, same. I mean, I feel the same exact way.
Because a lot of people are like, she got a kid. Never mind.
I'm out.
Never mind. She got a kid. I mean, preferably, if I'm just being completely honest, I would like to, you know, be with a woman that doesn't have kids, just so we can have our own kids.
Start fresh.
I don't have to, like, potentially deal with a baby daddy all the damn time in the background. That's honestly the only issue. Like, if there was no dad involved at all,
they're always trying to one-up you.
If there's no dad involved at all, and you are the dad, like, say you get married to this person, that's completely okay with me. But most of the time, it's not going to be like that, because
you don't want all the baby mama drama that's involved, all the baby daddy drama that's involved. I get it. I totally understand.
Shit is so petty. Like, all the court shit, the law, it's ass. It's ass. And plus, you know, if you actually love their child, which I hope you do. If you go that far into the relationship, I hope you actually do love the child like they are your child. If the baby daddy is involved, I mean, they may have, like, some custody thing to where he has her half the time, and then we have her or him, you know, whatever, the other half. So you don't get to spend as much time with them. You don't get to watch them grow as much. You'll probably miss out on a lot of big moments and stuff like that too. So that would suck. But yeah, that's actually all of our topics. We've covered all of our topics. That last one was probably the most heartfelt one. But yeah, we've been going for 45 minutes strong, talking about strictly just relationships. This has been great. Is there anything else?
Yeah,
I've
really enjoyed it. It's a lot easier to stay on top of it when we're not talking about sports and then politics and then all kinds of shit. It's just it's a lot better. I'm glad that we're off the political shit for the most part.
Yeah.
We may talk about shit occasionally.
We're just gonna be making fun of liberals. Honestly, just dumb shit that they do. I mean, y'all know our political stance. If you
we
listen
bash
to
the Democrats. I'm sorry.
Yeah, we're just gonna bash a lot of them. But
I grew up Democratic, and then the rest of my family finally got some sense, and then we went Republican about 10 years ago. So I think we went Republican after Obama got in office. I just want to go on and say that after 2009, I think my grandparents realized they should not have voted for Obama.
yeah, that's when a lot of people got their quote unquote red pill.
Good. If that's what it took, then I'm glad it happened.
And then he got revoted into office.
2 terms.
But is there anything else you want to add or capitalize on all the relationship stuff that we talked about?
Just try to make sure that, if you're going to date somebody or you're thinking you're going to date somebody and they're obviously into you and you're into them, spend at least a significant amount of time with them. Enough, not so much that you want to be their friend and then of course you want to be friends with people and you want to build a good relationship, but you don't want to. If you want to break the friend barrier with somebody, you've got to obviously make sure those feelings are known. But spend significant time with that person before you actually get into a relationship and start getting serious and all that shit.
I think it's important to be best friends with the person as well. Like if that's not your best friend, then there's damn near not any point. Honestly,
yeah. How could you marry somebody that you can't be friends with?
Like, you're just gonna have a fuck buddy as a wife or as a husband? Like, I think that you should have like a full on best friend. Like that is my ride or die. Like my only person that I tell absolutely everything to. If you don't have that, then
that's just why people in general, the relationship will come naturally. I feel like in your situation, you'll end up finding somebody.
I'm not looking for shit, bro. It's just gonna happen.
You'll end up having conversations with somebody who will end up having, longer and longer conversations with you, and you'll start talking about your, what you like to do and what they like to do, and then you'll end up finding shit in common. You'll start hanging out. You'll start dating. It just happens. The shit like that, shit just needs to happen. You don't need to ask somebody out always. Maybe ask them out to dinner if they're interested, or, whatever, if you feel like it's going that direction. The worst thing somebody can say is no. Don't be afraid to ask that girl out tomorrow, whatever.
You miss every single shot you don't take.
Says Wayne Gretzky. Wayne Gretzky was a wise man.
But yeah, for sure. So if you guys listen to this entire podcast, first off, you're a legend. Let us know what you would like us to talk about next week. Now, we'll probably already have a topic figured out. Already have a couple that I'm thinking about, maybe. But for sure, we would like to know what you guys would like to hear us talk about. Our take on. I don't care how sensitive the damn topic is. We'll talk about it. Who cares? So this was a pretty. I wouldn't say sensitive topic, but it's a pretty deep conversation, But yeah, we're just going to let that go. We're going to let that shit run. And we're going to end this podcast off at 50 minutes. And we love you guys. For real. And stay true.
Stay true.